from the bottom, I'm that uncut real raw. When things get tough, that's when we show off. That's when we show out. That's when we show yo. It's time to knock a law.
I don't want to play the Pitbull song too loud in case Instagram pulls it again. If you didn't hear my story the other day, this is the Pitbull song. I don't know if you guys have heard the Pitbull World Anthem song, but I had it on the other day, and Instagram made me take it down, or they took it down. So we'll keep it lower in the background, although I still believe it's a great workout video. That's our guest today. Going to come on in a few minutes. That's Justin Willman from Magic for Humans. 3 seasons. Episode 45. I gotta change my calendar.
Bottom line, no matter what, face everything and rise. You know it spreads faster than any virus. It's fear. Now when it comes
This
to
side of the
fear,
way.
forget everything and run.
We're running out of signs. I got to, me and my girls have to make some more episode signs. This is episode 45. Magic App Alive at almost 11. We got our guest here. Justin's going to come on in a minute. Can't forget about the candle. I almost forgot about the candle. We'll do a joke. We'll do a fun little joke. When is a door not a door? You guys know this one. When it's ajar. A jar means slightly open for all the kids that don't know what a jar means. Also, coincidentally, the owner of Penguin Magic, his name is Ajar. Fun fact. Hey, I just watched a program about beavers. It was the best damn show I've ever seen. That's a good one. That's a good one. Best damn program I've ever seen. Why are kitchens good at math? Because they have a lot of counters. Also good. Also a good one. It's a little warm here at the magic shop. I'm going to show you a little something with this ribbon here. Just let me... There we go. This is kind of cool. I think it's about that time. According to my watch, it's 11 o'clock, May 20th, episode 45, Magic App Alive at 11. Don't forget, I won't be here tomorrow for Magic App Alive at 11. I know you're very upset about that. Just rewatch this episode, or yesterday's episode, or the day before's episode, or last week's episode. A lot of them are on YouTube, but they're going to remain here on Instagram, IGTV. A stick? My mom said a stick.
No matter what, face everything and rise.
Oh, what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. So I won't be here tomorrow. The Magic Shop, although we're still closed, will be open for parking lot pickup tomorrow, 11:30 to 3:30. Our buddy Anthony will be here, holding down the fort. Still can't come in the shop, though. But parking lot pickup, I had my rope thing. Ready for this? You guys ready?
It's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. And what don't kill us make us stronger, boy. Get that love, take a swing at us. You better hit hard, cause when we swing back, it's like, oh God. It's time to rock along and fight hard. Now let's all rock along and fight hard. Buen día, toda tu familia, mi amigo. Se falta mandito, vamos a darle duro esta vida.
What a random magic trick that is. Ribbon to purse. Isn't that strange? It's so weird. Somebody sent me a sample of that a long time ago, and I carried it, but I don't exactly know what you do with it. Ribbon to purse to ribbon, or ribbon to purse? I don't know. Very strange. Anyway, hey guys, we got our fun special guest today. Justin Willman is going to come on in a minute from Magic for Humans. We're not going to be here tomorrow. Today is May 20th, episode 45. And this weekend, it's a long weekend. We have lots of time to make more Magic Apple signs, Magic Apple Live signs, because I'm going to continue this next week. And I'm going to slowly start to opening up the store of very limited hours for one person at a time, gloves on, masks on, all that kind of stuff. So, but we're available. If you just watch that and you're in LA and you need this ribbon trick and you want to pick it up, just give us a call tomorrow. We'll lower it down with our pulley system. I think it's like $8 for this really silly thing, but it's pretty clever. It's a clever little thing. It's really well made in Italy, I believe. Okay. Enough of me. You guys have seen plenty of me yelling at the screen all the time. I'm going to set up our microphones because I hear we will be live Monday. Good question. And I have a fantastic guest lined up. Oh, it's going to be good. I don't want to tell. You know what? I'll tell you Friday who the guest will be on Monday. Friday's guest, don't forget, Friday's guest, the always funny magician, actor, writer, producer, comedian, Larry Wilmore will be here Friday. He is fantastic. I've known him for years. He's a customer at the shop and very good guy. So he'll be here on Friday. It's tough to do this one-handed. He'll be here Friday. Larry Wilmore, he's in the office. He's Blackish. He's had his own TV show for a while. He's done it all. He's kind of like, this guy's busier than most people. Okay, let's see if we can get our buddy on, Justin, and chat. Let me lower the volume here. You guys hear me okay? Sorry, Pitbull. I don't want to get sued over the world anthem. Let's see if he's here. I believe he's here. Ooh, Magic Apple Live at 11. Hey, if you're just joining us, this is Magic Apple Live at 11, May 20th. We got our guest, Justin Willman. Oh, I think he's...
Yes.
Are you ready? What's up, man?
Hi, buddy.
How are you?
Dude, I need a ribbon to purse.
Isn't that a funny, random, little weird thing?
You're going to sell so many ribbons to purse. I don't know if
It's
it was
such
the
a funny-
soundtrack that you were pulling those balls out to, just not saying a word, or the
It's very dramatic. Very dramatic magic show.
This is awesome.
So your big number 3 launched on Friday. That's fantastic.
Thank you very much. Very exciting.
Me and my daughters and wife watched 2 episodes yesterday, and it was great. I love it because it's nonstop. Like sometimes there's, in TV shows, there's a lot of talking, and it's trick. It's really good. It's really fun.
I have a very short attention span, Brent. So I try to make a show that would hold my attention, which is I'm told the attention span of like a 12-year-old. So how old are your girls?
They are 12 and 14.
See, I made it for them and me.
Made it for them. And Carly, the 14-year-old's graduating from junior high tomorrow.
Oh my
which
gosh.
is crazy.
Did I read that your birthday's on Sunday too? No? Someone in the comments.
Is, but how did you read that?
Oh, just, someone in your comments said it's your birthday on Sunday.
Oh,
you've got fans. What smell is that candle there? What stinky is happening at the shop? What's going on?
Nothing. I just want to keep it nice because nobody's coming in, so I don't want it to smell like Purell all the time.
Is that from your restroom?
3 different. This is it is from cinnamon and cedarwood. It's the winter collection, and it's 90 degrees outside.
I think I've burned that candle after I've illegally visited your restroom because it's not for customer use, and I think I'm the reason. I think I'm the reason it's not for customer use.
Well, maybe I don't know. Gross, but maybe. Hey, was the first time ever in my life I heard about a rage room was yesterday on a television program. Have you heard of one before you went to one?
I had heard of one. And that's what made me want to find out what they're all about. There's a lot of that one in downtown LA.
So funny.
It's would you go to one?
I don't have a ton of rage. I mean, I like to break stuff. I remember, yeah, I guess it's fun to throw plates against the wall, and I guess I don't
It
have
was
rage,
kind
but
of
it's
fun.
fun to
What's
do.
great, they give you all these, they have so many like pipes and bats that you can use. And then they've got like old electronics that they buy from thrift stores. So you can, go office space on a fax machine or a
And then
computer.
you pay
You
like
pay
hourly or
hourly, and you pay for what you break. So, and you can bring your
really?
own stuff. So, like, we brought one of the old iMacs that I brought was one of my wife Jill's old iMacs that she was like, I got everything off of it because it feels pretty good. You hit it so hard though, like you don't realize the reverberation. I was in pain for a couple days after that.
It's
Yeah.
a good workout. Yeah, it's a
And
good
then
workout.
when you're
And
in
of
there
course
with
the
other
magic.
people and they're swinging wide too, like it's very
Yeah.
dangerous. Yeah.
And it looked like those people had actual rage. Like
They
you're a
had
little bit
actual
scared, I'm
rage.
sure.
They had
That's
actual
funny.
rage. We placed a Craigslist ad looking for people with actual rage, and there's a lot of them on Craigslist.
There's a lot. That's what I was going to ask. So the kids that you used and the although they're not in on it, they by no means are fixed or stooges or whatever. Do
Right.
they know that they're going to be on a magic show, or what's the pitch to
It
them?
depends on the bit. Some bits that we're doing, we let people know that they're going to be on a magic show because otherwise they're a little suspicious. Their guard is up. They're like, "What is this? Is this a punk kind of thing, or you're going to make us look dumb?" So when they know they're on a magic show, they're kind of like, "Oh, fun. Okay, we're going to do something fun."
Yeah.
Sometimes though, we tell them it's just like we're shooting a documentary about a rage room. So we didn't tell them it was the magic show, for example.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. So they come, they come knowing they're going to be on camera, so they kind of are comfortable with that, and they maybe have a couple things to say about a rage room, but they don't know that they're going to see magic, which is a fun surprise.
Yeah. Well, I also love it too. No matter how good or bad the spectator is, you never make them feel dumb, right? You're never like, "It's magic, dummy." It's just like you're almost as confused as they are. Like for the rage room, I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen anybody hasn't seen it, but the trick happens, and you're like, "That's strange. I'm glad that happened because it would have hurt otherwise." Like you
Yes.
almost give them the credit for doing the trick. It was very
Yes.
cool. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
Do you ever get people that they're in on it, you get the greatest reaction, the trick was perfect, the routine, the camera is perfect, and then the spectator says, you know what, I don't want to, you can't have my signature. I'm not going to do
Yeah.
this.
I had one guy, this is when I was doing the season 2 where I was pumping breast milk from myself at a coffee shop.
Yep.
Oh, you want almond milk? Yeah, I'm going to eat some almonds and squeeze out some almond milk. And this one guy was loving it and like was slapping me on the back. "Come on, daddy, give it to me," and dropped a couple F-bombs. And then afterwards refused to sign because he's like, "I can't sign. I'm a priest."
Oh,
Yeah.
so probably just
So
as well.
I was so bummed. So because for that bit, it's kind of hidden. The cameras are hidden, so we don't have them sign till the end. But as a general rule of thumb, we have them sign ahead of time if we can.
So they know it's like the kid eating broccoli, although it looked like he was gagging quite a bit. He knew, like, are there cameras here on him, or are they farther?
For that one, they knew they were going to be on that one they didn't know it was a magic show. They knew they were going to be on a show about gambling. We're doing a little documentary about gambling, about the risks of gambling. So he knew the cameras were there. But yeah, I think if we asked him to sign at the end, his mom would have been like, no, you made my son almost vomit broccoli. So.
But broccoli. I had a great documentary. I forgot. How long does it take to film one episode? Do you film, like, let's say episode 1? Was that shot as episode 1, or do you kind of go all over the place and edit it down to episode 1?
We have a plan. We write the season, so we write them in episodes. And then, let's say episode 1 is the power trip episode. Maybe there's 7 segments in that. We kind of don't shoot them in order. We kind of stagger them depending on, as we're planning the shoot schedule. Okay, if we're downtown for a rage room, let's shoot that in the morning. Another episode has another thing that we can shoot downtown. So it's all over the place. And then sometimes when we're editing the show, a segment that was written for one episode might actually be like, if we just change the voiceover, it'll be better in a completely different episode. So there's some shifting around. Yeah.
Did you season 2? I loved it when we were away in Canada this wintertime. Me and the family binge watched the whole thing. I think one of my favorites was when you worked with the Chargers. Did you get a little nervous working with those? I mean, I know you're not nervous in front of the camera, but these are giant men that you're kind of making look dumb. You did it in the most tasteful way you could do it. But were you nervous working with these giant beasts of men?
Well, like the good thing, if I was a football fan, I probably would have been all starstruck. Like I'm a football fan of the St. Louis Rams circa when I was in high school,
Right.
you know, and that's what football is to me. So I didn't like know these guys. And then I had to keep reminding myself, like they're enormous guys. I have to keep reminding myself they're 22, 23, 24 years old, which is makes me feel so old. And I'm like so little compared to them. And, you know, you're talking to them, they're like teammates. So they're all have inside jokes. So I do a trick and then they'd be like, oh, Bo, you know, trash talking each other. And I just can be like, yeah, we're hanging out.
Inside, right.
They were pretty cool. They were really, you know, down and cool guys. But so, you know, but tough. So that, you know, when you know, when one of them can't get the cards out of the box, he legit is getting a little infuriated about it, which is good television.
Especially when his boys are making fun of him. Like, it's just a deck of cards, dude. Just take the box out. Just take the deck out.
Exactly.
Do you, for the, I would think some of the kid segments, like the snowball fight from season 2 and the gambling from last night, do you ever get recognized? Do you start to try to do a hidden camera thing and they're like, wait a minute, you're the guy, you're the TV guy. You can't.
That's happened a couple times. I mean, because we don't do a hidden camera too much, but a lot of times, you know, at first I was like, is it good for someone to be on the show who is aware of the show? And it turns out that it was good. So if they spotted me, like a couple of the people in this series, like there's an episode, you haven't gotten to it yet, this segment called Spoiler Alert, and where I kind of do a trick with an egg in my mouth. And this was a guy we were shooting at a mall, and he kind of like flagged us down, and he was like, I'd love to be on the show. I love the show. And we had kind of people lined up. He waited like 2.5 hours in a food court just to be in that segment. And as you'll see, he was well worth it. This dude.
Well, somebody in the comments just wrote spoiler alert. I thought we were going to get a spoiler alert, but I guess that's a title of an episode. Oh, that's
spoiler
funny.
Alert.
That's great. I asked one of my cousins in Canada to ask a question. She said here, are all of the Susans in Magic for Susans really Susan? And how long does it take to find a Susan?
They are all Susans, 100%. Some of them maybe go by Suzanne or Susie, but they all we placed a Craigslist ad for that. Hey, are you Susan, or do you know someone named Susan? We're shooting a show. So no mention of Magic. And normally, first off, for some reason, there's a lot of Susans on Craigslist. And for $50 and a free lunch, they'll come, you know, meet us on a sidewalk. And they're
how did you come up with real. Susan? Why Susan? Why the name Susan?
Susans are the original Karen. You know, like Susans are hard to impress. They don't blow smoke up your butt. If they don't think it's a good trick, they won't act like it's a good trick. Which means if you can impress a Susan, you've done something with your life. Okay. I don't know how many Susans you know, like, but they pay with a check.
I don't know if
Susans talk to the manager wherever they go. Like they're very, and there's not a lot of young Susans. Like they're a dying breed. So I feel like the world needs more Susans. We're here to make Susans cool again. Yeah.
I wonder if in a few years you'll find out that somebody named their kid Susan because of Magic for Humans. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. I don't know how I feel about that.
If your son Jackson was a girl, was it going to be Susan?
Susan was never on our baby name list, but if my wife and I do have a girl, maybe Susan, I could sneak it in as a middle name. Maybe. I don't know.
Or even just an S, maybe an S as a middle name somewhere.
S for Susan, yeah. Or maybe someone will get a Magic for Susan's tattoo. Let's put that out there in the world. Someone.
There are some tattoo people. There's some Star Wars tattoo people. There's the Lakers tattoo people. There maybe there's a Magic for Susan's tattoo person.
When we shot the Chargers thing, the Chargers training facility is on Susan Street. It's like all these little things, these little signs. Yeah.
And then when you shot Susan Sarandon, was that just coincidence that you happened to see her on the lot?
No, so she was like my golden goose going into season 2. I was like, we must get Susan Sarandon. I made her my desktop wallpaper on my computer.
Wow.
That was like my vision board. And then it turns out someone at the production company went to high school with Susan Sarandon's son, who is a big fan of the show. His mom doesn't watch TV, had never seen the show, but loves her son. So it was like, if my son says this would be funny, yeah, I'll do it. So she came and met us and was the sweetest. It's all downhill from there. Susan Boyle maybe would be the next big win.
Oh, that's fun.
Let's put that out there.
Somebody from Dubai says hi. The Dubai,
Dubai.
That's far.
What's up, Dubai?
I think that might be the far. And yes, of course, condolences to you and your family for
that's
your
so sweet.
loss of your
Thank
mother.
you.
Yes,
Thank
all
you.
of us feel for you for there. Does Jackson watch? Does he watch Dad on TV? I know he's super little, but does he know that this guy holding me is that guy on the television?
We've played him some Magic for Humans, and he'll just kind of go da-da, but then get distracted by all the the crap that's around the house. Like,
Right.
there's a lot of
It's
things
way
to
more
compete with.
fun.
He loves
Yes.
the Wiggles, and he now is into Yo Gabba Gabba. Yesterday, though, I was watching Penn and Teller's new special, and I was like, maybe he'll watch this. I sat him on my lap, and it was that sequence. It was all to music with the tinfoil ball, and he was mesmerized for like 15 minutes, which is the longest he's ever
really
watched
well
something
done.
other than the Wiggles. And
So maybe just get some tinfoil.
Maybe some tinfoil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. That I like that. I like all the creative stuff in there too. That was a fun episode.
Him watching Teller. Teller doesn't need to speak, so he's watching Teller, and he's just watching, the magic happen, and he was mesmerized. So I think I just need to show him more silent acts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have? Silent stuff is great. Do you? I know it's a big difference between working in front of a camera and working in front of a live audience, in front of the hundreds and the thousands. Do you prefer one over the other?
I prefer live. Dude, gotta have that.
Just
live
different energy and the clapping
and all that,
right?
Every show's different. You get that instant gratification. I mean, we're kind of, we have a hole to fill. That's why we became magicians, Brent. We have a deep hole inside our soul that we need filled with applause and laughter and adoration. So, live shows give that to you. The TV stuff, I mean, it's a whole different beast. I love doing it, but you shoot 6 months. I think 6 months till it airs. Like Close Up Magic, we shot in September, and where I'm doing magic 2 inches from someone's face, that's never going to happen again. Who knew?
You boop the guy when you boop him in the nose. That's funny.
Yeah.
What's the biggest audience, the most members in an audience that you perform for what's the biggest venue?
Oh, I opened for Jason Mraz at the Hollywood Bowl once.
Yes. Oh, I totally remember that.
Were you there?
Yeah. No, I remember you guys came in, and I think Bushwalla came in for a second and was kind of thinking of some ideas. Oh, my God,
that was like
that's huge.
18,000 people, which was crazy because they've got, basically the people that are watching you are maybe 10 rows, and everyone else is watching the screens. And there's kind of like this, the people in the back are so far that you'll do a joke, and then it'll be like, wait for it, 1,000, 2, and then you'll hear the laughter. Kind of. And
forget the 18,000 people. It's also the Hollywood Bowl. It's not like a park or a festival. It's the Hollywood Bowl. It was huge.
Incredible. It was incredible.
Did you? I know you did. Your magic in real life obviously is all put on hold. How many shows did you have to cancel before this situation of ours currently?
That's a good question. I think maybe a dozen. 15, well, maybe a dozen theaters, and then, a bunch of maybe privates and corporates that have kind of rescheduled for the fall. So hopefully we'll see, my next shows on the books are early August, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, as long as it's a safe way to go.
They're in Virginia, so Virginia's probably going to be like, bring it on. So the ball's going to be in my court to be the buzzkill.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
sorry,
you got to be the bad guy. Yeah,
I do.
Well, do you have a little something or another to share with us today?
I was gonna do a card trick, and then listen, my son, he gets into all this stuff. Every deck of cards of mine is like, he kind of. Does this happen to you? Every deck is just
face up. I mean, my girl's not now, but yes, early when they were young, yes, this would be.
So his card skills are not fantastic yet, but I'll try something here, Brent. Here, watch. We'll put the cards back into the box here. Now he's napping right now, so I'll say his magic words quietly. But here, name any card. You can't pick one, so just name one. Say one card.
We'll go the 8 of diamonds.
The 8 of diamonds. So just give a little shake. I say ding dong magic, right? And what happens is that we can undo everything Jack did, and so that every card is back to normal except for one right here, just one. Every card is back to normal except for one, and it's the 8 of diamonds, Brent.
Look at that!
My
God. I had him here so you wouldn't forget. Very cool.
So
wow, very nice. Very cool.
Bet you never seen that one before, but my friend.
Just very good. No, and I promise, guys, everybody watching, we did not set this up. Every time someone does a magic trick, I always get messages and emails and DMs like, "Oh, you had to set it up." I promise you, we didn't set this up.
You're like, I didn't set it up. I did sell it to him. But we didn't set it up.
Yeah, but I didn't set it up. There is a DVD you can buy with him on the DVD doing that trick, but I didn't set this up beforehand.
That's true.
Hey, before we get out of here, you have a minute to spare, I'm gonna do a lightning round with you, if that's okay with you.
Lightning.
I'm gonna ask you as many questions as I can in a minute, and you just have to answer without even really thinking about it. Okay. Deep breath in. Here we go. All right, a minute here. All right. Who was the last magician that fooled you?
Garrett Thomas, Close Up Room.
Where was the last place you ordered takeout food from?
Takeout food was Doghouse yesterday.
Oh, have you ever been to Vicious Dogs in North Hollywood?
Never been to Vicious Dogs.
A friend of mine told me about it. Go try. They're up the street. Call them. They have the craziest hot dogs ever. Anyway,
Yeah.
Who's your favorite magician?
David Williamson.
Which Friends character are you?
Which Friends character am I? I am. Oh gosh, his name's what's his name?
Chandler,
Ross.
Joey, Ross. Okay, the paleontologist. Hey, waffles or pancakes?
Waffles for sure, because they've got
Stuart
pockets for the syrup.
You can hide stuff. If Stuart McLeod and Nick Paul stepped into a boxing ring, who wins?
Oh, Nick Paul for sure.
Will there be a season 4 of Magic for Humans?
Lover, he's a lover. Will there be a season? That's up to you, the viewers. Keep watching it.
Oh.
I hope. Yeah, fingers
if
crossed.
If you had one superpower, what would it be?
To sleep in.
I don't even know if that's a superpower. Hey, Del Taco or Taco Bell?
Del Taco.
What?
100%. Yeah, big fat steak taco is the best thing at Del Taco. They have the best hot sauce, mild sauce. They also have Spicy Jack chicken quesadillas.
Did you used to work at Del Taco? Dude, it's such a close, look at this close run. I only thought before I started this question, I only thought psychopaths like Del Taco, but it's so close.
I think anybody who doesn't say Del Taco has just never had Del Taco.
I don't even know where there is a Del Taco in our area. My gosh.
Well, there used to be one right in Burbank, North Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah, it's now
you have to drive out to
Starbucks.
Reseda. Yeah.
Right. All right, cool, man. Well, thank you so much again for coming on. Tell Jill and Jackson we said hello. And I just now realized Jill, Jackson, and Justin are all J's. Is that by design?
I mean, if you look into it,
just right now
Jill and Jackson,
that.
I call, her name's Jillian, but she goes by Jill. Jackson goes by Jack, so Jack and Jill. I mean, this was not intentional. There's no hills. We live in a flat area. I know. Triple J.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much. Stay well again, and tell everybody we said hello. And I can't watch how many episodes are in season 4? Season 3. I'm only seven. I got 5 more. 5 more. It's a great episode. Magic for Humans. Thanks so much, Justin. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Oh, that's so good. Let's turn these comments back on. If anybody has questions for me, although Justin's way cooler than me. That was so fun. That trick, I promise you, the only reason I have the 8 of diamonds here is so I don't forget the card. When Chris Grace and all these other guys do a magic trick, the only reason I have a card there is because I want to not forget it and look like an idiot. Because sometimes I try to read the posts at the same time while magic is happening. So that was his own magic trick. Very good. All right, everybody. You know what? If you guys want, send me instant messages here on Instagram. DM me with some questions for any of our guests that we've had in the past, and I can either text them or email them the answers, and we'll do like a question and answer episode one of these days. So if you didn't get through to Justin or you didn't get to ask him a question, send me an instant message, and we'll do it that way. Don't forget, tomorrow, Magic Apple Live will be on pause, although the shop is open for curbside pickup, 11:30 to 3:30. But come back here Friday, May 22nd, where I've got Larry Wilmar coming on, magician, producer, comedian, stand-up, writer. He does it all. He's fantastic. I've got a very funny story to tell you about him. So come back. Thanks so much for joining us. And like Pitbull says, I believe we will win. I'll see you guys Friday right here for episode 46 of Magic Apple Live at 11. Whew.